across the area. 81 in Lebanon, 79 in West Plains right now, 81 back in Mount Home, 82 in Branson currently. As we head through the day today, we'll continue to look at temperatures gradually beginning to warm up into the afternoon. The upper 80s for highs for many. Tonight, quiet, clear skies, lighter winds, and overnight lows back in the mid-60s. Morning, we'll enjoy a couple dry days, tiny rain chance tomorrow, and then a better on Thursday for a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms. A few mid-80s in some spots and only warming up a little bit more. 81 in Salem, 82 in Monette, 84 in Branson right now. Throughout the afternoon, we'll have a lot of sunshine for the day today. Most will stay completely dry. I don't want to rule out a sprinkle or two, maybe south of I-44, but just about everyone stays completely dry for the day today. Clear skies tonight and tomorrow. Off with some sunshine. We'll have another very small isolated shower chance tomorrow, but that will change midweek. Temperatures warming up a couple more degrees into the afternoon, many in the upper 80s by 4 o'clock. PM temperatures in the mid 70s. A lot of sunshine today, clear skies this evening and overnight tonight. By 4 o'clock, I'd say maybe a little bit warmer in our eastern counties, closer to 86, 87 degrees. Around 87, 88 this afternoon. Our average high is 89 degrees, and we are looking at a few more clouds to develop, those puffy cumulus clouds, cotton ball clouds across the area today, and by mid we'll look a little bit better. We'll talk more about some storm chances coming up. Thanks. We have a few passing clouds here and there, but a quiet day overall weather-wise. Not any widespread storms, which makes my job a little bit easier, but we do have some storm chances on today. We'll stay dry for almost everyone. While I don't want to rule out maybe a sprinkle or two, it's not going to rain heavy for the day today. If you do see anything at all, and that better chance would be south of I-44. 10% chance for a shower today. We'll stay dry tonight. Tomorrow starting off mostly sunny and partly sunny in the afternoon, and tomorrow a little bit better of a chance for small, about 20% or less, and that better chance will be mostly south of I-44 into and we'll continue to watch rain chances a little bit better for your Wednesday and Thursday. Average will be in the upper 80s, maybe some mid 80s if you're lucky in some of our eastern. So around 87, 88 for a high today. By 9 o'clock, we'll be in the with overnight lows tonight falling back into the mid-60s, so pretty pleasant start to the morning. And then we are looking at a pretty quiet weather pattern for parts of the week. We have this big upper level ridge here taking shape across basically the high pressure in place, and we have this kind of northeaster keeping our temperatures mild. Now, with this northeasterly flow, we will have a couple kind of wrap around this big area of high pressure to our north, and tomorrow rain chance, but really not a significant amount of moisture in place. And so if you see any rain, mostly in our southern counties. However, by Wednesday, I think we'll have another wave of energy, and we'll start to see a little bit more moisture begin to work its way on in. And by a little bit, actually, some pretty rich moisture we'll talk about. And that hangs around for your Thursday, and we'll have a couple small rain. Widespread still by any means. Tomorrow, upper 80s, flirting with the 90s, 87 Wednesday and Thursday. And then we dry out heading into the weekend, and we'll see temperatures back in the 90s. Gets a bit humid at times. But let's time out your rain chances for Wednesday and Thursday. A few early morning showers on Wednesday. They become a bit more scattered into the afternoon. Clock, some heavy downpours for some of you. A few thunderstorms with some right now, nothing widespread in terms of severe weather. And then on Thursday, we'll have more thunderstorm chances in the afternoon and evening hours before we dry out on Friday. Moisture, the yellows, the reds really increasing by Wednesday, and that could lead, and some of you could see maybe a small chance for some localized flooding. Spread though, and most will pick up half of an inch of rain or less through the next. However, some thunderstorms, like I mentioned, could produce a little bit more, and a few of you could pick up maybe around of rain from Wednesday to Thursday. Then a lot of rain off to our south with the stalled out front back over towards the Gulf Coast, over towards the East Coast, looking at some rain, some storms back from the Carolinas into Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, and of course northeastern Florida. And we have a couple of flash flood warnings back across parts of Texas for the day today. Some heavy rain there with some really rich moisture. Flood watch in place for parts of Texas into the afternoon today, back over into parts of the Appalachian Mountains for the afternoon as well. And then heat, a big story with the far northern U.S. looking at some Great Lakes extreme heat warnings, with an extreme heat warning covering all of North Dakota for the day today, and even back into parts of the Rockies region for the afternoon. Now, regionally, 83 here in Springfield, 86 in Little Rock, 88 in Tulsa, and highs today across the U.S. really kind of hot for everyone. Check it out. 103, the forecasted high in Bismarck this afternoon, 103 in Rapid City. That's dangerously hot. They certainly don't see that often, and we'll stay pretty mild around normal, but really much of the U.S. today getting in on well above average temperatures. Weather for us here in the Ozarks. Big area of high pressure in across the region. You can see that's keeping us here in the Ozarks quiet, the plains sunny and hot for the day today. Moisture off to our south like we just talked about, and like I mentioned, I don't want to rule out a stray mostly in northern Arkansas this afternoon, but it could be a lot worse for July. Feels like now a degree or two warmer than actual temperatures for many, mid to a few upper 80s. A little bit hot towards Fort Smith at 98 for a feels like temperature, but regionally not too bad. And over the couple of days, you'll notice feels like temperatures pretty mild. We'll be back in the low 90s Tuesday and Wednesday, getting a little bit hotter as we inch closer to the weekend, feeling like the mid 90s, maybe a few upper in some spots. Still pretty typical though for the month of July. And taking a look from 19th through the 23rd, it does appear like our temperatures will very likely be around to maybe a little bit average for this time of year here across the Show Me and Natural States, with the hottest conditions very likely developing back over towards the Pacific Northwest. Upper 80s, we'll have just a few passing clouds, but overall really nice. Lows tonight in the mid 60s. I'd almost say crisp for July. In from the east, and tomorrow back in the upper 80s again, still around average through temperatures are 80s, not too bad for July. 86 here in Springfield as well as Camden and West Plains, flirting with 90 in Mountain Home and Harrison right now. We have a decent amount of sunshine. It's just a few passing clouds. By 9 o'clock, we'll be in the upper 70s, still looking most night tonight, and lows will be pretty nice, honestly, mid 60s. Waking up tomorrow a lot worse, and highs tomorrow still around average in the upper 80s for many. Looking at overall a stretch of drier weather today and tomorrow, just a small rain chance maybe. But right now, here's the passing clouds, more sunshine in some of our northern counties. We'll stay quiet overnight tonight. Tomorrow, starting the day off sunny and dry. There is in the afternoon in some of our southernmost counties for a stray shower, but most dry heading into your Tuesday. Rain chances do return though by Wednesday. We'll have a couple more scattered showers Wednesday and Thursday. I'll talk more about the timing coming up soon. We start the week off. We are tracking a little bit of rain by the middle of the week, but certainly not a washout of a weekend. We'll talk more about your 7-day forecast day by day.
Nice day out there today.
And a lot of sunshine. Temperatures not too bad. Humidity has been pretty mild as well. Of course, it's July in the Ozarks. Not going to feel amazing, but we'll take a sprinkle, maybe a sprinkle, but no steady rain this evening. And the further north you go, the drier you'll be. And tomorrow morning we'll wake up quiet, sunny as well. Your afternoon tomorrow, there is a small chance again for maybe a few stray south of I-44, mostly in northern Arkansas, but just about everyone stay again before rain chances start to go up a bit heading into your Wednesday. Now temperatures this evening pretty mild, should be back in the mid to upper 70s still at 9 o'clock, with overnight lows dropping into the 60s for many tomorrow morning. That's pretty pleasant for July. And tomorrow afternoon back in the upper 80s, our average It's 89 degrees, so we're really kind of spot on average tomorrow afternoon. Now, happening weather-wise, our weather pattern features this big upper level ridge really hanging around the entire United States. But it is giving us this kind of northeasterly flow that's keeping our humidity a little bit more mild right now, and we have this kind of east to west direction flow, and we'll see a little wave of energy swinging around this big area of high pressure tomorrow, but really just not moisture to bring us a good rain. A little bit of some energy again on Wednesday will bring scattered showers as moisture starts to increase, and kind of the same story by Thursday as well. But our flow pattern starts to return a little bit more southerly, so our temperatures will begin to warm up heading into the weekend. And like I mentioned, moisture really starts to increase midweek, and we have a couple more shower and storm chances for your Wednesday and Thursday. So here's the timing. This is Wednesday. I'd say the chance is actually going to be in the afternoon hours, maybe a few stray showers in the morning south of 4, more widely scattered in the afternoon and evening hours with pockets of heavy rain possible. And then overnight looking mostly dry until rain picks up again on Thursday. I think coverage will be a little bit greater. We'll have some more showers, more thunderstorms, and some more pockets of heavy rain. Would lead to maybe some very, very localized flooding, but I'm not expecting anything widespread. We have really rich moisture, not necessarily tomorrow, but by Wednesday, you see all this red. Tropical moisture returns. It's going to get a bit humid, and we'll look at some heavy rainfall rates. A few of those thunderstorms Wednesday and Thursday. So your risk not quite looking there, but rule out maybe some gusty winds and a few of these thunderstorms as well. The further north you go, the less. And most will pick up less than half of an inch of rain over the next 7 days, with Wednesday and Thursday being the best. However, if you do sit under a thunderstorm because of all of the moisture, you may pick up even around an inch. Like I mentioned, though, that's going to be pretty isolated. This industry is as extreme temperatures threaten one of the world's most famous cheese. Technology is helping, but they're working to protect a tradition that they will continue, hopefully, for generations. Work week weather-wise, high pressure dominating here across the stalled out front off to our south, bringing a pretty wet day back to the southeast and into Louisiana, parts of Oklahoma, southern Arkansas. For us, though, we've stayed pretty dry. Temperatures feels like temperatures right now not too far off from actual temperatures, maybe a degree or two. 99 though, a bit hotter over towards Fort Smith. 90 is what it feels like in Harrison and Branson. In Warsaw, though, over the next couple of days, your heat indices are really not going to be too bad, not far off from temperatures. I will say they do start to creep up, maybe even a little bit more Friday and into the weekend. In the low 90s, will likely feel like the mid 90s. So of course it's hot, but fortunately not terrible. Here's what we can expect heading closer to the middle of the month by around July 19th through the 23rd. Temperatures likely around to maybe a little bit above average for this time of year. Temperatures back over well above average over towards the Pacific Northwest, a little bit cooler over towards the Great Lakes and into the Northeast. For us, though, still around normal, upper 80s to a few. Rain chances going up Wednesday and Thursday, and we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up again soon. Over the next couple of hours as the sun goes down by 9 o'clock. Nice evening to be out on the lake. Lows will drop back into the mid 60s. Pretty mild start. Lighter winds coming in from the east, and tomorrow temperatures back in the upper 80s, still right around average for this time of year before rain chances return at the middle of the week. Thunderstorms, some heavy downpours. I'll time those out for you hour by hour coming up on KY3 News at 5. Here in Springfield, we've only hit a high of 86. That's below average. Average high around 89, 90 degrees now. And so many areas here in Missouri a little bit below. Close to average, though. Harrison, Mountain Home hitting 89 today. And we've cooled off just a degree or two in some spots. 86 in Mountain Grove, 88 in Branson, still 89 in Harrison right now. Really nice evening, though. Lower humidity will drop back to around 80 for many at 8 o'clock. Clear skies heading into the night tonight with temperatures falling into the mid 60s tomorrow morning. Nice cooler start to the day. for July, and we'll continue to look at temperatures warming up nicely tomorrow afternoon, still around average upper 80s, low 90s. Right now we have just a few passing cumulus clouds. That's about it, and we'll stay quiet and clear tonight. Tomorrow we'll start off mostly sunny, maybe a few more clouds, and there's a tiny chance for maybe an isolated shower for just a few of you. We'll talk more about that, but some better chances on the way coming up soon.
Thank you, Dan.
Just a few passing clouds. Rain's really stayed off to our south, and heading into the evening, you're any problems by 9 o'clock. I think we stay dry. We'll be mostly clear tonight into evening, and then tomorrow afternoon, a few more clouds starting to roll on in, especially south of I-40. And I don't want to rule out a stray shower or two south of the interstate, but by shower, really most or two in spots, nothing too crazy for us. And then Wednesday is when rain chances start to go up more. Now, this evening, temperatures by around 9 o'clock will be in the mid to upper 70s. Overnight lows pretty nice, mid 60s waking up for many tomorrow morning, and then highs back in the upper 80s to low 90s, around 87 to maybe 90 degrees in the spot. But this is right around normal. Now here's our upper level setup that we're tracking. Really much of the U.S. underneath an upper level ridge with big area of high pressures over towards parts of the Rockies into the far northern U.S. and they're looking at some really which we don't have all the time, and this is keeping our temperatures pretty mild, our humidity. And we have this east to west directional flow actually today and into tomorrow. A wave of energy wrapping around that flow pattern to bring us that tiny rain chance tomorrow. We have moisture in place for your Tuesday. That does change on Wednesday as swings through Wednesday and Thursday. Some really rich moisture in place could lead to some pockets of rain, but overall still not completely widespread. Look at some more scattered showers and thunderstorms Wednesday and Thursday, and then drying out heading into the weekend. Temperatures starting to warm up back into the low 90s. So Wednesday, maybe a shower or two. Our southernmost counties in the morning, better rain chances in the afternoon, and we are looking once again traveling from east to west across our area on Wednesday afternoon. Evening. Once again, it's just something that we don't see all the time. And then overnight, we'll try and dry on out. By rain chances go back up again in the afternoon and evening hours. This is 1 o'clock. These and thunderstorms with pockets of heavy rain still possible. And then we'll try and dry Friday. Rich moisture, though, not so much tomorrow, but check it out on Wednesday. We have the reds, really tropical moisture in place that could lead to some heavy rain in spots. By Thursday, same story. So while we won't have widespread flooding or widespread rain, may produce some really heavy rain in a short period of time again. So rainfall totals of an inch or less if you see anything. However, if you sit under a thunderstorm, you could be closer to maybe potentially 2 inches of.
Recently got the call for water rescue. A fisherman on a lake southwest of Columbia, Missouri, called for the rescue struggling in the water.
Not the fawn. Yeah. Fawn was scared to get the baby back.
Yeah, and prancing off into the woods once again. Excited and story like that. It's not always a typical rescue, is it?
Nope.
Well, next, the community effort. Emily and Steve right back here in half an hour.